just so we can kind of see how this thing closes. So the number is 0.62 for EPS. Obviously, like the robo-taxi stuff is going to want to be talked about. Daffy Duck, I mean, like I'm not taking a trade on this. I would like for it to go up simply because, like, technical wise, this is, if you want like a yearly chart, it's kind of made this flag pattern. We've also broken out of this trend line from all-time highs. So either we have bad earnings and we come back down to like, maybe 200 area, maybe like, 220. But ideally from a day trading perspective, I want this to go up. I mean, I would love to see this like, 270, 280 in the morning. And that's kind of where this thing can blast off, toward 300. So, again, I'm not in this. I'm not trying to take a trade on it, but I do, my bias is to the upside. I mean, I would like to see this go up just because that could continue a squeeze on this and really get this going. If we fall back, Tesla may kind of just be dead for a little bit. So, it's from a day trading perspective, that is. So we'll see. I think China deliveries were good, a couple weeks ago. Obviously, the robo-taxi is kind of a downer because it got delayed. But all that can be talked about in this earnings call. We don't really know what's going to happen. Maybe they announce some AI stuff. I mean, who knows? So it's Elon. I never want to bet against Elon. And, considering a lot of the mega caps like, NVIDIA, Meta, Apple, Microsoft, Google, they've all ripped to all-time highs and then beyond. So Tesla's been one of the laggers. So ideally, maybe this has a chance to start popping and really get going. But the EPS estimate's 0.62. There's about an 8 to 9% expected move. So call it 10%. That's around $25. Call it $20 to $25. So maybe this is at, 270 or it's down by, 220. We don't really know. So the other one is going to be Google. Obviously these are the top two. I don't know a whole lot on this. I think the expected moves are around $11. So, that'd put us, 192. That'd put us around all-time highs, actually, or back down around 170. So Tesla's obviously going to be like, the biggest watch here. This is what I want to be paying attention to the most. But I will also see how Google does. Tesla's selling off here into the close. I expect this to kind of whiplash here a little bit. But we will see, guys. Do you have any expectations, any predictions? YouTube, Twitter, Twitch? Nice, Daffy Duck. So, yeah, we'll see. If both of these come down, the market's going to be definitely down overnight. SPY is really selling off here into the close, which is interesting. So I don't know, guys. This is going to be kind of crazy. Yeah, it looks rough. I mean, definitely a weak day for Tesla, down about 1.7% today. Not that big of a move. We see Tesla go 10, 15% sometimes on big days. So, if this is up 8%, maybe it finishes tomorrow, up 15%, then vice versa to the downside. So, we just have to wait and see. I honestly could see this going both ways, but like I said, I want to see this to the upside because I do think that could really help continue this kind of breakout squeeze we got here, simply because we've broken this major uptrend or downtrend. We kind of have a little bit of a flag pattern here. So technical wise, I think it looks bullish, but technical reasons don't matter when it comes to fundamental earnings. So we're just going to have to see. We got about 3 minutes left here until the close. Anyone find any pieces of news that they want to share? Anything that may help kind of predict this? I have times and sales up for a reason. I want to see what the closing print looks like. Looks like imbalances or a sell here. Got about 2 minutes and 45 seconds here. Pretty weak close. I thought this would close around 250 as kind of a psychological level. But here we are, about $3 lower. Who knows? Yeah, futures really selling off here. I don't know if that's people just trying to get out before this or what, but this kind of kicks off earnings season. So if these end up being good, we might get another run to all-time highs in the market, and maybe have some upside trades there. So 2 minutes left. Anyone YOLOing calls that I need to know about? I don't condone that, or puts. Duco's I think he's in a spread. But, a crazy beat here could send us 280, and, maybe we see 300 by the end of the week, Calls on Google, okay. Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, anything there? Any predictions? Get a spread on Tesla. Okay, nice. Twitter says bull, Reddit says bear. Well, sometimes when it comes to the stock world, Twitter and Reddit are somewhat the same. So there's going to be a lot of money on both sides here. 40 seconds. Nice, bull. Tesla coming in around lows a day here with 30 seconds left. Google really selling off here into the close. Check this out. 6, 5, 4 seconds here. Let's see what the Google print is. Sells on Google, buys on Tesla. I got Google up on a side screen, so I will watch that, but I want to keep Tesla up here on the main chart so we can all watch that. 0.62 is the number. That's, well, for EPS, that is. Seems like things are, expectations are disappointing for Tesla, but, if things come in not as bad as people think, that's considered good. Google popping here a little bit. Anyone know exactly what time Tesla comes out? Or Google? 4:15. Okay, so we got about 15 minutes. Yeah, that's typically what it is. Sometimes they get released a little earlier, sometimes later. Ideally, we're not here for an hour, but we'll see. Yeah, 4:05. 4:05 Eastern, cool. Tesla, not much movement here. Google, a little bit. But again, this is just kind of earnings craziness. Oop, there goes Google. Don't see a number yet, but that's popping. Tesla, not really affected by it. Wow, there goes Google. All-time high is about 191. Google moving. Tesla still nothing. Google straight back down. Look at that. 176. Right back up. 182. This is earnings for you. Pushing again here. 186. Wow, look at that. We touched 176 again. I still don't see the numbers yet for Google. Google back down, 176, 175, 86 low. Tesla just dropped off. 240. Still don't see numbers. This could always change. Google under 175 now. Tesla back up to 246, 245 area. Back down 240. Still no numbers. At least that I see. If you guys see them, throw them in the chat. What do we got? About 1 minute here. Google, some numbers coming out now finally. EPS 1.89 beats 1.85 estimate. Sales beat as well, and stock is down. That's kind of interesting. Tesla, no numbers yet. Operating margin 32%. That's also a beat. Yeah, I mean, sometimes kill a Tim's, but if it doesn't beat by that much, then sometimes people just sell the news. It has to be kind of something unexpected. Google back up here, 184, 185 after hitting about 173 here. Tesla's still a bit weak. So Google starting to push its way back up here. This could all change by the earnings call, so we'll just have to see. Pretty crazy move here. The expected move is about $11 on Google here, and we're pretty much flat here from where the close is. Tesla expected move is about 8, 9, call it 10%. Tesla EPS 0.52 that misses the 0.62 estimate. That's pretty bad. 10-cent beat. Sales beat though. Wow, 0.52 is pretty bad. A 10-cent beat or a 10-cent miss. Starting to sell off here. Who knows? The earnings call always is going to maybe, well, I don't want to say always, but we'll have some surprises here and there. See if some other numbers come out. Again, the expectation was down on Tesla, but it's more so like the earnings call that will mean some things. Right, exactly. So that's why the stock really isn't down a whole lot on this EPS miss. Google about flat here, 183. We close at 181.79. Starting to slip here, 240 on Tesla. But a 10-cent miss, that's pretty bad here. Look at this. Coming back into this uptrend that we've been riding for a little while. Yeah, super dangerous to go without any sort of hedges on swings like this for sure. But I think Tesla, a lot of this is going to come down to the earnings call. See what they talk about, guidance and all that stuff. So we'll see. Tesla already back up to around 245 here. Google somewhat flat, sitting 184. Definitely not meeting the predictions on $11. Tesla sees 2024 vehicle volume growth lower than 2023 due to launch of next generation vehicles. That news just came out. Tesla down 242, 241. Tesla says in 2024, the growth rates of energy storage developments and revenue in our energy generation and storage business should outpace the automotive business. It's interesting. So Tesla beat on revenue, but missed on EPS. Right, Stickman, exactly. Right, who knows what Elon's going to talk about, or at least Tesla's going to announce in the earnings call. So, typically you want to see somewhat of a move here, but I've seen Tesla drop 20 points and then rip 60. So it all comes down to more so their guidance and their future plans for this. I really wanted to see this go up from a day trading perspective here. Google flat back down to 182. Tesla getting hit. $239. This can always change. So if you're in puts or calls, don't feel comfortable just yet. Tesla trying to make new lows here, still sitting at 239. Google pretty much flat here, sitting 181.60, 182. We closed at 181.79. So really nothing crazy there. Tesla about to make new lows here. 238 under 239. I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see what the call brings. I'm not gonna wait around for a full hour until the earnings call, but just keep in mind you may want to check this stuff out, see where it is. After the call. Big move down though. Kind of back into this range. Google's starting to fall apart a little bit. Under 180 now. Under 179. Tesla trying to regain 240. Tesla says plans for new vehicles, including more affordable models, remain on track for start of production in the first half of 2025. Google just kind of sitting right around 180 right now. Not much movement there. We'll see if this rebounds or not. Opened up around 255 today, or at least we hit around 255 today, around highs, down about $15 from there. Yeah, I mean that's just the stock market for you, Killer Tim's. I mean, if they expect good earnings and it's as expected, that's typically it's a sell the news situation where it actually ends up coming down. If they expect good things and they, come out with unexpected good news, that's kind of where you'll see it go up. Obviously, if they expect good things, bad things come out, the stock falls. If they expect bad things and good things come out, the stock may go up. It's all kind of a psychological game here when it comes to earnings. That's just why I don't trade it. Just see where they are the next day and then look for a trade there. Yeah, a lot of variables in play. I mean, especially with something like Tesla, you never know what they're going to announce. Daffy Duck, I really just don't know. Typically you don't want to make a trade based on the number. You'd want to hear what they have for the earnings call because, like I said, I've seen Tesla fall based on their number. Then the earnings call comes out and they talk about some, unexpected future plans that sound really good, and the stock ends up, negating the whole move and going back up, much further. So I think the easiest thing to do is just wait till tomorrow, and we'll see where this thing is around open, and then try to make a trade plan there. But it looks like Tesla's going to keep falling here. Tesla 237, man. This thing's getting hammered. Down about 10 points from close. There it goes. Bye-bye. I hate that. I want to see this go up. I think there's a lot more potential to the upside. I don't really know what I'd be looking at for a downside trade because I feel like the problem is people may want to dip by this. So those downside kind of short plays may not be as clean. Nice bull. Nice fruit. Wow, hit a low 234. This thing's done. Google trying to make its way back up here. Tesla still falling, made another low, 233.82. I think it looks like the earnings call for Tesla is an hour after the close, so 5 o'clock Eastern. Well, actually, it's 4:30 Central, so 5:30 Eastern time. So this looks like it's done. Looks like we're going to be back in that weekly trend line as well, which is kind of unfortunate. Well, actually, probably not. Around 220 is where that trend line is. So maybe we just kind of come back in this 230 range. I don't know. But again, an 11% move was kind of the expectation / prediction there. So we'll see. We're down about 10 to 13 points here. Yeah, I'm still doing that free lesson tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern time. But yeah, we still got an earnings call in an hour. So I mean, again, I don't want to just think that Tesla's going to be down tomorrow morning. It looks like it probably will, but again, anything can change come the earnings call. So we'll just have to see. It's just a free lesson, Tim's, where I show up and answer any questions, kind of go over some charts. It's nothing specific. Those are going to be my premium lessons on Thursday nights, my coach's corner stuff. But all the coaches do that as well. What's up, Co-Lamp? I haven't seen you in a while. Tesla's profit tumbled 45% as the electric vehicle maker continued to feel the impact of slower demand and stiffer competition. They didn't beat on most things, CoLamp. They missed on EPS by 10 cents. The expectation was 0.62. It came out 0.52. They beat on revenue, but it looks like the profit was down 45%, which is pretty bad. Tesla trying to claw its way back here, 236. Google sitting right above 180 here, so that looks like it's going to go flat here until the earnings call. I'll stick around for another couple minutes here, see what Tesla does. But again, the next big moves are going to happen whenever the conference call comes out. Later, fruit. Tesla back above 236 here, trying to make its way back. Let's see if Elon surprises. Who knows? You just, typically with most companies, you kind of have some sort of expectation, but I don't think anyone can read Elon. So I guess we will see. Let's see what the other EVs are doing. Rivian down, GM, really nothing there. Lucid, nothing really there. Neo, these stocks are so terrible. Yeah, definitely, Stickman. Definitely. Did the interview with Jordan Peterson recently. I watched some of that. Looks like Google is up above closing price here at 182.45, 182.50. So that's starting to turn green here. Looks like Tesla's starting to make its way back up. I expect things to slow down here decently soon. We'll see. The Google call is in about 10 minutes. Yeah, I mean, all premiums will lose value for sure. And unless this like magically gets up to like 270 or down to like 220. What do you think about Tesla tomorrow for scalping? Yeah, I just don't really know. Like I said, the earnings call will be something to pay attention to for Tesla. It could either make this thing go down further or maybe it recovers. So until I see where it is tomorrow pre-market, I really don't have any sort of plan. I don't care what it does right here. I talked about I wanted to see it up. But it looks like we're not getting that as of now. Google's starting to make its way back about around 184 here. It's interesting. So keep in mind kind of where these stocks are, right? Google 183, 184 area, Tesla around 238, and then see where they are after the earnings call, right? People will make trades off of what's talked about in the call. So, again, I've seen Tesla drop on numbers, and then on the call, they come out with some unexpected good news that sends the stock flying, right? Tesla already had expectations of negative earnings. So that wasn't necessarily unexpected. Um, it's not like we're down 40 points here. We're only down about 8 as of now. So that's really not that big of a move. I mean, there's around a 20 to 25 point move expected on this. Google back above 184 now. So, again, all depends on tomorrow. Later, Bull. I'll stick around for another 5 minutes, guys. If there's any other questions, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, you can ask as well. Other than that, though, I got a lesson tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern time, also going to be streamed on all the platforms. So, yeah, pretty much just going to wait around for that. Yeah, pretty uneventful, honestly. I was hoping for a crazy move on either of these, but Google's up $2, Tesla's down about 6. Nothing that crazy, but we'll see what the earnings calls bring. Looks like Tesla kind of got dip bought down there. So who knows what's going to happen. I think if Tesla can kind of make its way back up to like 245, maybe open small down or maybe even close to break even, this could be still a good upside trade. I mean, considering the bad news, if the stock isn't down that much, to me, that shows somewhat of some strength. So I would keep that in mind for sure. So, I don't know. If we open 245, 250 tomorrow, this might end up actually taking off. But, we open down here in the 230s. Maybe there's some sort of downside trade. I don't know. I don't think the downside is as lucrative as the upside. So, ideally this can make its way back up for me personally, but nobody knows. Tesla 239, trying to get back up to 240. All right, guys. Well, any last minute questions? Anything you want me to go over? Any other tickers? Any trades you want me to cover? We'll go over a lot more of this tonight at my lesson, but these are probably just going to start going flat here until the call. The Google call is starting in about 6 minutes. Nothing too exciting to report now that these are over. Cool, Duco. All right, I'll see you later. Anything else from anyone? Yeah, thanks, Jag. Somewhat uneventful. Looks like calls and puts are going to be heard on each side if you were naked, with no hedge. Yeah, thanks, Snowflake. All right, guys, cool. Well, I will see you tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern time. It's a free lesson. Anybody can come. I'll be streaming on other platforms as well. So I'll see you then. Later.